Maya video, and today we're gonna dive into the depths of my personal favorite character in the franchise, none other than Tigress. So, we will be discussing her backstory, life, personality, relationships, and more. So let's get started! Before judging anyone, we must first know their backstory, right? So let's jump right in. Basically, just like Po, Tigress is an orphan too. She was raised in Baogu Orphanage. When she was a baby, her parents dropped her at the orphanage, so she has no memory of her parents till this day. Maybe in Kung Fu Panda 5 or any upcoming TV shows, they could explore this or perhaps reveal her parents. Anyway, after she got dropped at the orphanage, everybody got scared of her. Naturally, tigers have sharp fangs and claws. That's why everybody got scared of her, and just because of that, she was locked in a separate room, and everybody was calling her a monster. Poor Tigress watched as all the kids got adopted, and she listened to the grown-ups mocking her. Tigress was very sad, and one day actually she managed to escape from her room. So when she escaped, she wanted to just play with the other children because she was still a little kid, but everybody got scared of her, so they just ran away and left her alone. Finally, one day Master Shifu arrived. He taught how to control her strength with patience, but not as much as love, because he was just scared that Tigress would become like Tai Lung. That's why she didn't receive a lot of praise and approval. Due to this, she was desperate to do something to make Master Shifu proud. So she finally mastered the basic skills of Kung Fu, and she could also control her strength now. Even the orphanage kids weren't scared of her anymore, but unfortunately the adults still were scared of her. So she didn't get adopted. So Master Shifu raised Tigress, and the Jade Palace was now her home. Even though they actually have a student and teacher relationship, deep down they care about each other like father and daughter.
At heart. What do you say we play some checkers?
A few years later, Master Shifu asked her to fetch 4 warriors written in a scroll, but unfortunately her scroll got mixed with Po's scroll, so instead she fetched Monkey the comedian, Viper the dancer, Mantis the doctor, and Crane the cleaner, and they actually became the Furious Five. Master Shifu was actually kind of angry at this mistake, but Master Oogway always has his famous quote is, "Accidents are destiny." So that's why Master Shifu listened to Oogway, and actually he just accepted them as the Furious Five, and he was like, okay, mistakes happen, Tigress did it, she's a little kid. So actually he raised the Furious Five and taught them Kung Fu, and well, that's what happened. They became Kung Fu masters, and the reason for them to come together was Tigress and her mistake. Finally that day, Master Shifu actually accepted that he was super proud of his student because all the time he was really harsh. I'm not saying that Master Shifu was a bad father. Like, he taught her with patience but not love like Tai Lung. You know the relationship, right? Like the contrast kind of thing. It's very complex and everything. So actually that day, finally Master Shifu let Tigress find her own style and her own way of Kung Fu, and he made a separate training room for her actually to practice her Tigress style of Kung Fu. So actually guys, there's a theory on YouTube about Tigress and like how she got screwed by Po. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but here's what they said. So when Tigress finally wanted to make Master Shifu proud and do something really great, when she wanted to become the Dragon Warrior, accidentally Po fell in front of her and Oogway pointed to him and he moved this way, and Master Oogway was still pointing at him, so he became the Dragon Warrior without knowing any Kung Fu. At that time he knew zero Kung Fu, and the only world he knew was a world of responsibility where he would just wake up early and serve noodles. But actually he was a fan of Kung Fu. He was a fan of the Furious Five, obviously, and when he went to check out who the Dragon Warrior was going to be, it was even a shock for him. He didn't even expect it. So actually what this theory says is that Tigress was very sad and Po took away her title, blah blah blah. But guys, why the hate? Just think of it in another perspective. So actually Master Shifu is already proud of Tigress, even though he doesn't express his gratitude on Tigress. Actually Tigress is the reason that the Furious Five even existed and that they formed, because it was just a mistake. But that's okay, because they became really great people now, the Furious Five, including Tigress. So that's why Master Shifu should already be proud of her. So why does Tigress need to be the Dragon Warrior? I mean, of course, everybody thinks that Master Shifu trained the Tigress for this to defeat Tai Lung, but it was not her destiny, and we don't know what happened. But actually, at the starting, Tigress was a bit rude to Po because she didn't even expect that Master Oogway would choose a random panda, but later on she realized that actually he had potential, and even though he didn't know Kung Fu at that time, he actually could easily learn and master it in a few weeks. But Tigress was practicing for 20 years and she still could not defeat Tai Lung. But guys, Tigress sees Po as a friend. I mean, did you watch Legends of Awesomeness? Like in all of the episodes, like they're very free with each other, even though they're actually supposed to be skilled and sophisticated Kung Fu fighters. They're really like friends with each other and best friends and all.
Oh, Tigress! You've got something in your ear. Ha ha! There's more!
You pull one more thing out of my ear and I will shove it into you.
Okay, I have had it!
So I don't see it that way. I'm not saying that this theory is not true because it could be true, but I never saw any hate towards Po from Tigress. I never saw any negative vibes from Tigress. I mean, these people who have actually created this theory, they have a point that is completely true, but actually, you know, Tigress, she's the person who adjusts a lot and makes a lot of compromises in life. So even though she might have been upset deep down, she just compromised and instead helped Po as a friend, even though in the first movie she was a bit rude, like she said that he's a disgrace to Kung Fu. I mean, everybody would react like that, right? But at the last, she finally was kind to him and called him master. So can't you see it's over now? Like, it was just a misunderstanding. But that theory does have a point. I know that what I have said just now is based on my opinion, but right now I kind of want to tell something a bit opposing to what I have said just right now. So actually we need justice for Tigress, guys. I mean, did you think about it? Tigress deserved the title more than anybody. When Po got an opportunity to give the title to someone else and to not be the Dragon Warrior anymore and to make somebody else the Dragon Warrior, like why didn't he choose Tigress? I didn't understand. I mean, Jen, actually, like I have a very nice attention span, so I got connected with characters very easily. So even for one movie, I got connected with Jen, and if anything happens to her in the movies, I'm gonna be like, oh no, my favorite character is gone. I mean, she's really nice. Jen is really nice and humorous, so I think she's fine. I have no problem with that. But most people were like, no, Jen is not good. We want the Furious Five. But I think they just wanted to change the movie a bit and add a twist. Even though Po didn't choose Tigress as the Dragon Warrior, and instead he chose Jen, Tigress was completely fine with that, and she just compromised it, you know? Again, she compromised. She makes compromises on top of compromises, and compromises on top of compromises. We have to learn from her, like literally. Sometimes I feel bad for her that she doesn't have her freedom, but that's okay with me. Very few people in this world, who like Kung Fu Panda, very few people, they view Tigress as a bad character because she used to mock Po in the first movie, but anybody would react like that. Even I would react like that. So even though she's tough on the outside and she sounds really tough and a bit rude, she's actually doing it for Po's own good. Like, did you see in Kung Fu Panda 3, like, Tigress and Po were fighting, and Tigress was just telling Po not to fight Kai without learning Chi. But actually that was for his own good, because if he fought normally, then he would have lost. So that was a good thing. So she's kind of a friend where she has to guide somebody and tell them what to do, but she's not scared to get a little mean when she has to. But actually we have to learn from her. We need a friend like Tigress. I know Tigress's life is like really complicated and complex, and she has a little bit of tragic parts to her character arc. That's what makes her so interesting. So she was raised in an orphanage, but nobody adopted her, so that's a bit tragic. And even like her friendship dynamics with people like Master Shifu and even Po too, the Dragon Warrior. He's actually now the spiritual leader. Sorry, I can't get used to that. So even though it's just really like different, she just leaves everything behind and she has found peace, kind of like how Po has actually mastered peace in Kung Fu Panda 2. So his parents were killed. Actually, his dad was alive, but he didn't know that. So he actually found peace instead, and I think Tigress has actually found it too. So even though she has a bit of a tragic backstory and she doesn't actually have a family, she doesn't have her own family, but she doesn't have biological family, but she has like family who are like friends, but like very close to her. And she has people around her who can help her and make her happy.
Stand Hangwan dumplings. They're gluey. And I never got presents because I don't have a family like you.
You really think you don't have a family?
Like Master Shifu as a father figure, Po as a friend. Actually, Po is one of the most best friends for Tigress, I think, because he was an orphan too and he knows the pain. So that's why he's a bit special. And then there's the Furious Five as good friends. So overall, Tigress is a very interesting character, and I'm very happy today because we have discussed so many things about her and her relationships and backstories and friendship dynamics. And I'm really happy today, and I'm so happy to share all of this information and memorabilia with you. So bye everyone. If you like this video about Tigress, and if you have any concerns or comments about Tigress, and if you want to let me know, you can just let me know. So bye everyone. If you like this video, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to Marvelous Manvita. See you next time. Bye!